Hello, viewers, and good evening. Welcome to tonight's episode of Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor. With me, your host and presenter, Betty Ayi. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
What a new way to cool off and quench your thirst. And now everyone is enjoying the surprising experience of Paradise Park treated drinking water.
Hi.
Join the refreshing experience and enjoy the all-new Paradise Park treated drinking water. Paradise Park treated drinking water. Drink pure, live more. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back, viewers. This program is sponsored by Paradise Water, Dole Yogurt, and Securities and Exchange Commission. This evening, we have Dr. Samuel Oseni Busompim. Doc, you are welcome.
Thank you.
I've been chasing you for the past year. I hope all is well.
God's grace, all is well.
I don't want to talk much about you, but I want you to do your own introduction.
Okay. All right. My name is Samuel Oseni Busompim. I work for iPlatinum Partners. I'm the CEO and the lead partner for the company. We do business process re-engineering. We look at companies who do well. We look at their processes, we advise. Our ultimate aim is to make sure that companies reduce costs, cut down costs, and maximize their profit. Basically, that's what we do.
So what is business processing engineering? Can you highlight on it a bit?
Okay, so it's business process re-engineering. Business
process re-engineering, yeah.
So what it means is that you have your process of doing your own stuff. With a professional eye, we look at what you are doing and you're not doing it right. We correct you, and then in that, there's a lot of cost savings, and then you make revenues out of it. More so, what we do is we look at what you are doing in terms of customer service. We also look at your distribution channels, and then we offer other improvised ways of reaching your customers.
So in
new
effect,
customers, actually.
In effect, you help businesses maintain their old customers,
gain new ones,
do better, and at the same time help with their processes.
Exactly.
Some business may be using a channel to get to their customers. It could be a bit faulty, or maybe somewhere along the line they may lose their vision.
Exactly.
And then you come in to re-engineer.
What we do is to make the processes quite simple for even if you are the regular person that is seated to do this work. If tomorrow you are not there, somebody else can sit in and the work can just go on. Work will not suffer.
Does it cut across every business, or you've niched?
Our concentration actually is the banking industry. Our partner, our
is it
customers
the banking
are the
or
banks.
the financial industry in general?
Currently, the customers we have are some few banks, and then we are making inroads, also getting some financial houses as well.
Okay. So how do you see the banking industry in recent times?
The banking industry,
looking at it from last year August till date.
Okay, so I think the banking industry is doing quite well. I don't see that panic alert that people are having. Some few indices that can guide. Bank of Ghana policy rate is 17%. Treasury bill rate is 13.31%. 15-year bond is also a treasury bill, but long-term investment.
Long-term investment
is going for 19%. That means if you invest like 75,000 Ghana cedis today, 15 years time, you're a millionaire. You get 1 million in over 6 years.
If you look at you don't go there, because this 15 million you are talking about, if somebody is prudent and is doing genuine business, he could triple it and get better results than what we are talking about. But we are not into that today. Let's look at our layman basics so that the ordinary Ghanaian can understand what the industry is about.
Yeah. And then also banks take deposit at 7%. And then they give out loans for 28%.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
You take deposits as such 7% and
give out loans.
Between 28 to 36%.
Well, we shouldn't also lose sight of Bank of Ghana policy rate, because well, they will tell you that they take money from Bank of Ghana at 17% and then lend at
but even at 17%, lending between 28 to 36, sometimes 40%, it's on the higher side.
It's quite high.
It's not quite high. It's high. It's high, and that's why the Ponzi schemes keep coming up. We'll look at that in our next episode. But presently, how do you see the industry? You've already spoken about it being solid.
I think it's not looking bad at all, because, for example, even capital adequacy ratio is 19%. The threshold that Bank of Ghana requires is 10%. So the banking industry is not doing bad. And also the new capital requirement, I think almost all the banks have met their capital 400 million Ghana city capital requirement. I think they have all met it.
No, they have not.
But you see,
most of them haven't. But we are hoping that by December they should. If not, then we should see more measures.
But I don't see an increment there. You see, in 2008, the capital requirement was 60 million.
Yeah.
At that time, the dollar was 0.8 to 1 cedi. So if today they are asking you to call 400 million, more or less, it's just the same. If you want to quantify in dollar terms, there has not been any increment.
But my Ghanaians don't understand it that way. They are looking at the monies involved. From 60 to 120 to 400. From 120 straight to 400. But you should know that it is not Ghana policy. It's a general policy. It's a worldwide policy. And I think I'll have to find time and bring someone on board to come and talk about the Basel II and Basel III. And Basel III. That will make the public understand why they need to get more capital or get the bank pushing for better businesses. Because as it is, most banks cannot go for high-stake businesses. Yeah. Coming to our main topic for today, you look at the way business is going in the banking industry. Now it looks more digital, and I think we need to educate the population, because whatever it is, in the next 5 to 10 years, if I even give 10 years, it's too far. Most banks or Ghanaians should know that we will stop this paperwork. It's going to be more digital. And the mobile companies have already taken the lead. They've made that is it. And it is becoming easier to channel your monies through through the communication services, mobile money, and now Ghanaians are beginning to understand it. So the better we educate them in that line, the better it will be for the economy, because people will not have to carry large sums of money on them. If you are traveling, your money can be in your wallet, it's on your phone. If your phone even gets missing, so far as the person who picks it doesn't have your PIN, your monies are secured. And that is also a challenge to the banks. What do you have to say about that?
Digitization is good because you're looking at going to the bank, carrying a lot of money. A cashier will receive the money, count, and people are in queues. I wish that Ghana economy would just go cashless. We'll just wake up one day and there's a policy that don't carry monies on you. Just go cashless.
Ghanaians, we like holding money.
The literacy rate is
we like to see the cash and smell it.
It makes life easier and comfortable, because probably with your phone, you can just sit in the house and move funds from one account to another. If you have to pay your electricity bill, water bill, at the comfort of your home, on your bed, sitting chair, you just pay all these things electronically. You don't need to walk to the bank, waste months, hours, time, and everything. You don't need to do that. So digitization is a whole good thing for the economy.
Yeah, and that is what we must understand. Because, you know, these paper notes we have, it is money that government uses to go and process them for us.
Yes,
and you should know that it is dollar, hard currency, that is used to pay these paper monies. So if we go digital, it will even save the government some money. These monies can be used for other construction, infrastructure, to help develop the economy. But we are used to holding cash, and that is our problem.
I think with time, people are now getting understanding of digital money and the convenience it provides. And so now most banks are making a lot of investment to move their customers to alternate channels to make sure that they also embrace the digitization. I'm sure, well, I don't know if I have to mention some banks, but some banks are doing so well in that area. Some have mobile app. You can do all your payment. The issue I have with all this is this. Banks are crying about deposits. You make withdrawal either for payment or the ability to reduce your balance. Bank balance is so easy, but the ability to increase your bank balance in terms of deposit is almost absent. You just have to walk directly to the bank to make that. I believe the banks should look at that, how to make it easier for customers to make deposits. Some banks are doing well now. There are a lot of
But this app, are Ghanaians into it? Because people seem not to be interested in the banks' mobile apps.
These banks we are referring to are getting the numbers after they have done this rollout of the mobile apps. Customers are signing on to them. Because it looks as if
more of the communication industry are rather getting the monies.
You see,
they are getting the businesses because they are almost everywhere. And you can transfer or receive very minimal amount, 10 cedis, 5 cedis, 15 cedis, 20 cedis. Okay. Do you get it? Okay. So it makes it comfortable for the mere Ghanaian who wants to just send 15 cedis to a friend somewhere. He doesn't need to have an account. He doesn't need to belong to a bank. He just wants to transfer money to his cousin, 15 cedis, 10 cedis.
You see, I think it's all about innovation. Okay, so in terms of mobile money, all the telcos, they had registered population of 3.7 million in 2012. As we speak, Bank of Ghana figures for June 2018, they have registered 29.9 million subscribers.
Wow.
Yes, more than the population of Ghana. 29.9 million.
That almost 30 million.
In fact, it's 679% increase. If you look at the same period, 2012, the banking population,
6 years.
Yes, 30% of the population that are bankable were banking. But same period, it had increased to 58%. So now, non-banking population is about 42%.
Okay.
But if you compare with telcos, they have gone way ahead to match the Ghana, even they have outnumbered the Ghana population. They did that through merchants, they did that through agents. So everywhere you pass, there is an agent.
Yeah.
And these are some of the things the banks must improvise. It's part of the business process re-engineering. So you look at how you'll be able to serve the customer anywhere. And I like it. Banks, a lot of banks are now doing agency banking. So if you have a good edifice, they can just come and talk to you, and then you can start collecting and paying on their behalf. It's not a bank. They pay you commission for doing that. The banks must do some of these things and more.
It's quite difficult because the banks expect the agent to go source customers for them.
Okay.
At what fee?
You see, the
Looking
banks,
at the
some of the
that
banks
we are talking about.
Some of the banks are paying good fees for those people doing agency banking for them. They pay on deposits and they pay on withdrawals as well.
And you have just said that collecting deposit on behalf of the banks is very difficult.
It's difficult.
How do they get those deposits for the people to get their commissions?
Okay, so it's difficult, but I think they should intensify this agency banking thing so that I don't need to walk all the way to the bank, take car to the bank before I can access the bank to make deposit. But I can get a agency banker and then pay my deposit to them. My account is credited. So I think there should be a lot more public education. But my wish is if Ghana goes digital, all these things will be outdated. We wouldn't need any agency bank. It has also its cost because armed robbers are everywhere. So you collect money for a bank and the chance of unless probably, I don't know, maybe insurance will take over that. Because it can come with a huge cost.
We need to go for a short break. Okay. Viewers, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. This program is sponsored by Securities and Exchange Commission, Paradise Water, and Dole Yogurt. Stay glued to your seat. Don't go anywhere.
What a new way to cool off and quench your thirst. And now everyone is enjoying the surprising experience of Paradise Park treated drinking water.
Hi.
Join the refreshing experience and enjoy the all-new Paradise Park treated drinking water. Paradise Park treated drinking water. Drink pure, live more. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back, viewers. This program is proudly sponsored by Securities and Exchange Commission, Dole Yogurt, and Paradise Water. Doc, so far we've been discussing agency banking. We've discussed what's on the financial market, especially the banking industry, how it's faring in recent times, and we've talked about agency banking. We've looked at banks and the way they give commissions. We've looked at interest rates, and we just left off with whether the bank should insure the agency centers or not. What do you think? You were talking about insurance.
Yes.
Because of armed robbery.
Yes. I'm just preempting because these thieves, these robbers will always go to where, I mean, we have records. I mean, the past mobile money agents have been shot, and some of them have been robbed. It's because they have physical cash on them. So I'm just preempting. If there is agency banking, they know that people take money there. So I think it's just proper. Probably the banks will insure this agency bank, or maybe they will keep good security, police presence, and all that to ward off these people with diabolical intentions and all that.
You think the bank should bear those costs? And are they ready? That's another question.
I think the banks should, because if you put somebody there as agency, it is not the agent the person knows.
They are not putting somebody there. That person owns his or her own business.
Yes.
And then they come in to give the person a license to operate on their platform.
You see, I believe that it depends on the approach. I believe it should be a shared responsibility, because
it should be a win-win thing.
Exactly. If you are branded, if my office is branded as an agency banking for a bank
A or B,
A or B, and anything that happens negative will affect your brand.
My brand.
So I think it's in the bank's own interest to make sure that some of these things, they come on board to take some of the cost for their own good. The idea is this, and the good about it is this. As a bank, you should have put a premises to serve, employ people, pay them salaries and all that, put security there. But somebody decided that, well, I have my own edifice. Let me do this on your behalf. It should be a shared cost. I mean, don't also forget that, of course, the agency, the person handling the agency bank will also get some commission and all that. So I wouldn't run agency banking for you to run at a loss.
Yeah.
But if it's giving me something and I think it's good, I'll go in for it.
The
The onus actually is on the banks to make sure that their agency banking is doing well. Whatever way possible they have to make it happen, it's in their own interest.
Because most of these places don't have security, as you are saying.
Yeah, if you don't have security, that is bad. You're at risk.
And I think that before they roll out an agency to somebody, the person should be in a brick and mortar, a
Yes.
very secured place.
Yes.
It should not be anywhere.
I think it's one of their requirements.
Oh, okay.
It's one of their requirements. It has to be brick and mortar. They have to even come and access the security of the area. It's not everywhere they will do. They will agree for you to do agency banking.
Okay.
So they have a criteria. You have to pass that criteria before they can use your place as an agency banking.
Yeah, but Doc, how do we alert the bank, or how is the bank going to package these agency banking services so they can accept deposit on their behalf?
You see, for me,
you said that accepting or collecting deposit on behalf of banks is difficult at the agency level.
It's difficult and it's quite risky. I think most of the banks rather now are doing collection of checks and some small payments.
Most of the agencies?
Yes, but I know some banks are also allowing their agencies to be cash points. They receive huge deposits. Some a day do about over 1 million Ghana cedis.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a lot. They are doing a lot. I mean, elsewhere in the US, you see them everywhere. Agency banking for Bank of America, there's plenty of them.
Halifax.
Exactly, plenty of them. Agencies,
Citibank.
a lot of agency banks, you know. So, but then let us get it right. If we get it right, it is very good for the banking industry. It's very good for the banks themselves.
At the same time, it is creating employment also.
It's creating employment.
Yeah.
But it's very risky. We don't have to lose sight of it.
You are looking at the risks. As banks will always
Basel
look
II
at...
and Basel III talks about that, so we have to be careful.
Banks will always look at risks.
Yeah.
But isn't it the same thing the mobile companies are doing? And why are they not looking at the risks and rather they are getting the deposits?
You see, it's the same thing, but again, business process reengineering, they manage to ward off that risk to the agent that is sitting outside. Any telco is saying, I'm doing mobile money. You go with your money, you buy the eCash, go and sit to serve. If somebody steals the money, if somebody chance on you and collect the money, it is your money that is lost, that is gone. They have done it so well. I don't know how the banks will also be able to shift the risk to them.
I see. This is getting interesting, but unfortunately, our time is up. Okay. I hope when we call you another time, you try and make time to come. Because we need to delve deeper. Sooner or later, everyone must have to pay his or her bills with their phones.
Convenient.
Because I know Kenya, most of the transactions, almost everything is done on the phone. Exactly. You go to the market, you do your payments through mobile money. So they don't carry notes around. And it is helping the economy. It is driving the economy. I think it is high time we get Ghanaians to also get the understanding that we are moving to cashless, a cashless economy, and that they should also sit up. Viewers, this is where we'll end today's episode on Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor, sponsored by Securities and Exchange Commission, Dole Yogurt, and Paradise Water. See you again next week, same time, with me, your banker and presenter, Betty Aye.